Hi friends, welcome to my channel Easy Learning Business Studies. In the previous video we have discussed about financing decision. Today we are going to discuss about dividend decision. What is meant by dividend decision? Dividend decision is concerned with the disposal of profit. Each and every organization is earning more and more profit. So, in order to survive, growth as well as profit is very essential for the organization, that we can say organizational objective also. So, here, if the company is earning profit, in that profit, how much I am going to give to the shareholder and how much I am going to retain for future, that we should decide. That is what we are saying dividend decision. So a portion of profit is to be retained in the business for the growth as well as development, or if any uncertainty arises during that situation, we can utilize the retained earning. And the rest of the profit is to be distributed to the shareholder, that is dividend. Let's see what are the various factors affecting dividend decision. Number one, amount of earning. Basically, we have to decide the dividend on the basis of earning only. If the company is earning more profit this year, then automatically we should decide how much I am going to give dividend to the shareholder. So, dividends are paid out of current and past earning. Therefore, earning is a major determinant of dividend decision. The next factor is stability of earning. A company having stable earning can declare higher dividend. Now the company, each and every time the company is earning more profit, in that situation the company can declare high dividend to the shareholder. Whereas a company is having a very less profit or unstable earning, this year the company is earning more and the next year very less and the next upcoming year very less, like that if we are having, then in that situation we have to pay smaller dividend only. So stability of earning is very important. The next factor is stability of dividend. Many companies follow a policy of fixed dividend per share. The increase in dividend is made only when earning potential increases. So, if the company is earning constantly and it is giving the dividend stable to the shareholders, then the shareholders will have more and more confidence in that particular company. Then, automatically, it gives the higher reputation for the company, or it gives more goodwill for the company. The next factor is growth opportunities. Here, the companies are having ample growth opportunity generally pay the dividend very less and retain more money out of their earnings to finance the requirement of investments. Suppose the company is earning 10 lakh rupees, growth opportunity is also there in the company, then nearly 6 lakh rupees they are keeping a retained earning, that is for reserve, and the remaining 4 lakh rupees they will distribute to the shareholders as a dividend. What they will do, the 6 lakh rupees, that is retained earning, they will utilize for their future. If any uncertainties or if the growth and development of the company, they can utilize it. Why they have to use the retained earning? Because the retained earning is a very good source, cheapest source for the company. We need not worry about dividend and interest also, because if we are getting money from debenture holder, definitely we have to give interest to the debenture holder, and if we are getting money from shareholders, we have to give dividend to the shareholders. But retained earning is a part of profit we are keeping aside for future. The next one is cash flow position. The payment of dividend involves an outflow of cash. So, the availability of enough cash in the company is necessary for distribution of dividend. Now, I have enough money to distribute my shareholders' dividend, then I can distribute. In situation of surplus cash, company can declare higher rate of dividend because I have more money, I have more profit. So in that situation, I can increase the rate of dividend. However, if in case the shortage of cash, then company declare very low dividend. The next factor is shareholders' preference. Normally, shareholders want to get a regular income from their investment. Hence, at least a minimum dividend may be distributed every year. In the present tax policy, shareholders may demand a higher dividend. But usually, the shareholders are aiming that they have to get a regular income. The next factor is taxation policy. The dividend decision is also depends upon the taxation policy of government. If tax on dividend is higher, it's better to pay less by way of dividend. But the dividends are free of tax in the hands of shareholders as a dividend distribution tax is levied on companies. The next factor is stock market reaction. Rate of dividend and market value of the share are directly related to each other. It means that if dividend is declared at a higher rate, then it leads to increase in the market price of the share. If the particular dividend is less, then the market price of share is also decreases. Therefore, the finance manager should always keep in mind the effect on the market price of shares while taking dividend decision. So investors generally evaluate the companies on the basis of dividend declaration status only. Higher the rate of dividend gives a positive impact in the market. The next factor is access to capital market. Companies which can easily raise funds from the capital market may depend less on reserves or retained earning for financing their future project. These companies can pay higher dividend. However, the companies with limited access to capital market is likely to declare low rate of dividend as they release more on retained earning as a source of finance. Example we can take if a reputed companies generally have easy to access to the capital market because they are already familiar in the market and they know their reputation and goodwill of the company knows very well in the market, and therefore they may depend less on retained earning to finance their growth. So that they may declare high rate of dividend than the small companies, whereas the small companies are now they have to sustain so they need more capital, but it is not available very easily. The next factor is legal constraints or restrictions, we can say. While declaring dividend, a company has to adhere to the provisions of the Companies Act. That's very, very important. So this is also one of the factors that are affecting dividend decision. The next factor is contractual constraints. While granting loans to a company, sometimes the lender or the financer may put certain restrictions on the payment of dividend in future. In such a situation, the company should ensure that the payment of dividend does not violate the terms and conditions of the loan agreement. That's very important. Let us recollect various other factors that are affecting dividend decision. Number one, amount of earning, stability of earning, stability of dividend, growth opportunities, cash flow position, shareholders preference, taxation policy, stock market reaction, access to capital market, legal constraints and contractual constraints. Hope you have understood the dividend decision and the various factors that are affecting dividend decision. Thank you.